Today we're going to look at how to create some digital graphs to use for our town planning project. To do this, we're going to use the Numbers app. When we get into the Numbers app, we want to press Create New Spreadsheet and a blank spreadsheet. In this first column, we're going to type the word population. And then down the side, we're going to type all of the age brackets that we used for our maths assignment. Of course, we also need to put a title on this, and we're going to put age. Now that we've got our age brackets, we're going to get our information from the ABS Quick Stats page, which we have used many times. We'll enter the location of our town planning project and make sure we are selecting the state suburb. Once we've pressed go, we will find the population down here. Now, of course, we know we have to add the two lots together. Miss Collier has added them up for you so that it can save you a bit of time, and you can find them on the maths class page and the town planning page. Your teachers can show you where. I've also popped it in the news. So what I've done is I've added 0 to 4 years and 5 to 9 years to figure out that altogether from 0 to 9 years there's 1,291 people. So I'm going to put that in the population next to 0 to 9. 1, 2, 9, 1. I'm now going to go ahead and add them together and put them into this population graph here. Once I've gone through and added all of my populations in all the age groups, I'm then going to select all the data I have. I click on the word age and I drag this blue circle down until all the data is selected. Once I've done that, I go to the top right hand corner and press the plus button. That's going to bring up my options for tables and graphs. I'm then going to select this little pie, and I'm just going to pick the first graph because that's the sort of one I want. This is now a good basic graph, but I need to go through and do some things to make sure it's the graph that I want. In the top right hand corner, click the paintbrush. At the moment, we have the word population at the top of the graph. That's not very helpful for the whole graph, so I'm going to turn that legend off and that will make it disappear. We still need a title, so I'm going to turn the title on, and then I'm going to figure out what that title could be. I now have my title, which is perfect. I'm now going to go in the top right hand corner and select the next tab, which is called Style. You can choose to have rounded corners if you want, which you will see rounds the corners of the graphs. Next, you'll see we have gaps between columns. We need to make that a 0 because there should not be gaps in between this data because it is continuous data. Next, we can select grid lines. We want to add an axis line for the y-axis. And my personal preference is to add these here at the bottom where it says x-axis and it says ticks. I like to add them centered there so that you can see where the lines for each of the age groups are. Next across, we're selecting labels. We want to turn the axis name on for both of them. Now we can write these titles for my x and y axis. And now we have our population graph finished. The easiest way is to just screenshot it and then make it the appropriate size, and there you have your graph for your population. If you read through your town planning project, you'll see you actually need two different graphs. So for our next graph, we're going to go back to our numbers and we're going to push in the top left-hand corner this plus button to create a new sheet. Once we've done that, we're going to type population in this bar again. And this time over here, we're going to type the year. And we have to look at the years 2001, 2006, 2011, and 2016. We're going to go back to the ABS to find all this data. If you still have your ABS data open from previously, we can scroll up to the top and we want to look at this total population number. So I see in Mount Cotton the total population is 6,835. So in the year 2000 box, I'm going to say 6,835. Now I need to find it for all the rest. I use the same method that I've been doing all this time. In Google, I'm just going to type the year, which is 2001, and then I always write ABS Census Quick Stats. Once I've done that, it's always going to be the top one. In the location, you're going to type out your location. Bearing in mind, in 2001, things were a bit different, so there might not even be a state city, so just select the one that you've got and press go. Then you're going to look at that total population, which for Mount Cotton is 2,025. And next we do 2006. 2006 ABS Census Quick Stats. And I'm just going to continue doing this. Once I've collected all my data from the 4 different census, then I can use this to create a graph. I'm clicking on the word year and dragging that blue circle down until I have all my data selected. Up in the top right hand corner, I'm going to select the plus button. This time, because it's continuous over a number of years, I would like to select a line graph. This is going to show me the growth over time. I'm now going to go through and do much of the same that I did for my other graph. I'm going to select the paintbrush, I'm going to turn off the legend and turn on the title. I'm going to select style and I'm going to add the axis names for each of them. I'm going to select grid lines and I'm going to turn that y-axis on. And again, I like to turn these ticks on, and you might even turn the ticks on for the y-axis for this one as well if you wanted. Now I have my graph finished. I'm just going to screenshot it and save it to use for my HASS project.